Okay, so when it comes to marketing, data is super important. And if your data is wrong, then the decisions you make based on that data are wrong. And what happens is when you have a company and you have a website and you have people in that company that are working on the website or visiting the website, you are potentially muddying up your own data that you are using to make decisions for your company. So let's take a look at how to keep that from happening. You've got all of your internal traffic going to your website, causing page views. Those page views are going to inadvertently affect things like bounce rate. You may have somebody in your office working in marketing chasing their tail, trying to lower your bounce rate, when in fact, all you need to do is take away the page views that shouldn't be there in the first place because they're coming from inside the company.
The caller is in the house. The calls are coming from the house. Jeff! Jeff, get out and don't go up there.
So what you need to do is filter out all of the traffic that's coming from your company and make sure that that doesn't give you false positives on people visiting your website. There are two ways to do this. First off, if you're a HubSpot user, a HubSpot company, then it's really, really easy. And I'm going to show you that way first. The second way is through Google Analytics, and we'll get to that. But first, let's take a look at HubSpot. Okay, here I am in HubSpot, and I'm going to show you where to find this setting. It's kind of buried, so if you haven't seen this before just by clicking around, totally not mad at you. So start off by going to Settings, go to the left column here, and go down to Tracking and Analytics. Under Tracking and Analytics, you'll go to Tracking Code. From here, go to Advanced Tracking, scroll down, and you will see a list of IP addresses to exclude, but you'll also see your own IP address. So if you're looking at this from your office that you normally work at, then that's the IP address that you're going to the website from, and that's what's getting recorded as these false positives on your data. So copy this IP address, paste it into the IP address ranges at the bottom. If you have multiple IP addresses here, you can separate them with commas. If you have multiple locations, make sure every location is listed here with a separate IP address. Now I already have this one, so I'm not going to add it. If you have remote employees, especially if they work on the website, make sure that they are adding their IP address to this as well. Now, you may run into situations where your IP address changes, especially if you're a smaller business and you're using a dynamic IP address. That changes every once in a while. If your internet goes down, sometimes you'll come back online with a different IP address. It happens with some of your smaller companies. But if you're at a large company, if you've got a large office and an IT department, chances are you have a static IP address that never changes. So that's the IP address that you'll want to enter here. Now, if you run your website and your business and all of your reporting off of HubSpot, you're done. That's all you had to do, and it kind of takes care of itself from there. If you're like the millions of others who also use Google Analytics, you're going to want to filter out your IP address in Google Analytics as well. Here's how to do that. So here I am in a Google Analytics property. I'm going to go down to the left here to Admin. I'm going to click on the gear icon and then go to Data Streams. Once I'm in Data Streams, I'm going to click on the website or the web stream details rather, and scroll all the way down to Configure Tag Settings. Click on Configure Tag Settings. It will give you a lot of options. You want more, so click Show More from here. And finally, we are at Define Internal Traffic. Now, from internal traffic rules, we want to create, and we want to say, this is Savage Media Headquarters. And this is going to be internal traffic that we are going to filter out. Now, this is a static IP address, so we're going to do static IP. I'm going to paste the static IP address that I got from HubSpot. If you don't have HubSpot and you're doing this, you can find out your IP address simply by going to Google, typing in "what is my IP," and it will give you your IP address. That's the same IP address that I entered from HubSpot. So click here, and if you have multiple IP addresses, you can add multiple IP addresses, different IP address ranges, however you want to work that. In this case, we just have the single IP address, so we're going to create, and that's going to be called internal. Now, once this has been done, we are going to want to back out of all of this, and we are going to want to go to Data Filters. Now, once we go to Data Filters, we are going to want to create a filter, call it Internal Traffic, and name this filter for internal IPs. And we are going to want to exclude this traffic. The parameter value that we already set in our previous step was internal, and we are going to want to test it and then make it active. So once this is active, this is going to be filtering out all of your internal traffic from Google Analytics. And that is how you filter out all of your internal traffic so your website doesn't look like a whole bunch of people are going there, not doing anything, raising your bounce rate, giving you false information that you're then trying to make decisions for your business based off of. And now all of your data is going to be much, much cleaner. So that's been our tip for the day. Hopefully this has been helpful for you. If you find this content useful, please subscribe to the channel. Please like the content. Please comment below the next thing you'd like to see from us. My name's Derek Savage. I'll see you in the next one.